Hello. So this is just a series of quick tips and tricks for doing quick coloring flats for, digital art and stuff like that. Um, and these practices can be applied to just about any 3D art package, but I primarily use Photoshop. So when I'm properly doing like inking and stuff for like comics and stuff, uh, I will typically use a plugin called Peltmade's Multifill followed by Flatten Pro. And basically all it does is I've just made a quick flattened copy of this little drawing of everybody's favorite shitty wizard, Dolfrat Drywiz. And basically what that does is it automatically thresholds everything and tries to fill it in with random colors. Now, clearly, the line art here isn't thick enough for this to, do that properly. So what I'll sometimes do is I'll quickly go to threshold, turn it all the way up, and then do that again. And then, bam, I have a much more usable mask. Everything is aliased, so it's super easy to select using the magic wand tool, which is what we will be mostly going over. Then I take that and I use Flatten Pro, and that just gets rid of the outline, which means I can then drag it underneath my regular sketch layer. And all I can do is go to my magic wand tool, make sure anti-aliasing is off, sample all layers is off, leave it on contiguous, and set the tolerance to 0. And then I can just select that and delete it, and bam, I have flats that I can then use the paint bucket tool on. Same settings, 0 tolerance, no anti-aliasing, contiguous, no all layers. Then I can just select orange, do that, select a skin tone, do that, select a color for the beard, and you have a little dust cloud, and bam, it's done. Let's say you don't have that. So you don't have these plugins. You can get them pretty easily by just Googling, once again, Peltmade's Multifill plus Flatten Pro. Multifill, I believe, is free. Flatten Pro, I think you have to buy for $20 or something. I can't remember how much it is, but it is worth it. It has saved me a lot of time. But again, say you don't have all that. Well, one way is to simply use the magic wand tool. In this case, we'll turn the tolerance to something like 8 or something small, and we'll just magic wand tool around the whole thing. Because the reason we do this is if I just take the fill bucket and do this on the regular layer, you get all this aliasing crap. No one wants that. Now, some art programs have automatic solvers for this, it'll figure it out, but I find it's just nicer to have full, complete manual control over it. So what we'll do is we'll simply just magic wand tool around the whole thing, and then using the select functions, we can modify our selection. So in this case, what I'm going to do is going to expand our selection because we selected outside the whole rest of the canvas. Let me just crop this. So we select all this, go to modify, expand, and we want to expand by just 1 pixel. That's fine. And that seems to have gotten us almost inside our line art. Let's just expand it once more. And now we've got our selection sort of halfway through our line art and halfway in. So now we'll inverse our selection so we can paint inside it. But we want to do this on another layer. So we'll do that. Now, the magic wand tool isn't foolproof. Sometimes you'll get little things like this, where little bits will be peeking out. But that's fine. It's not a big deal because we have, by default, it's the Q key on your keyboard. We have the quick mask edit. So yeah, you can see this little bit that's just not as refined. Basically, this turns your mask into something you can paint. And using just black and white, the same way you would use a regular mask, you can just like clean that up. Clean this up a little here. Clean that up a little there. And this is basically what I do for like coloring quick sketches if like I can't be bothered to like ink everything cleanly and do the auto masking or the auto flatting. I'll just do this because it's just easier and like really quick and easy. And then what I can do is on my layer, I can just fill that in, and now we have just a full solid flat that we can paint to. And then I can go in and just like do some quick cleanup. There, easy. A little bit there as well. Now, say you want to like quickly color this in, you can color it in manually, or you can just like use the same tricks with the magic wand tool. You can do that on this same layer, but to work a little non-destructively, you can also create a new layer, set that to a clipping mask, and basically this will just color in, but only set its bounds to the layer underneath it. So in that case, I can just do this. And it's basically clipping to this, but this is on a separate layer. So in this case, we've got a little blue wizard. And like you can just do that manually if you wanted to, but you could also use the magic wand tool again, but just on this, and then expand your selection. In this case, I have it bound to my own custom hotkey, and then just do the same thing. Super easy. And then because this is on its own layer, you can then go in, clean stuff up really, really fast. Only takes a couple minutes. And this is like just basic Photoshop stuff. It's like not like it's not a big secret. Anyone can do this. And I highly recommend it because it's just really quick and easy for like if you're just doing a quick sketch and maybe you want to give it like a little bit of extra color. This literally only takes like a few minutes of your time. Right, so actually, since we've got Dolfrat Drywiz, let's get his other friend Whitty in here. Oh, forgot to turn off. There we go. Turn off transparent pixels, and then I can do something like color the beard back in. Whoop. Done. Easy. Now we have Witty and Shizzard and Shitty and Wizard. Easy. Easy stuff. And that's really all there is to it. Hope this has been helpful. If you don't use Photoshop, if you're using Krita, Fire Alpaca, or Clip Paint Studio, or God forbid GIMP, all these like techniques can be similarly applied to those softwares. So have fun.